This is the top of the world highway. We are headed towards Alaska. There's a combination of clouds and actually smoke from wildfires in Alaska.
My hands are shaking. I'm a bit nervous.
What if they let me in but they don't let you in? Shall I continue? It turns out we could not cross into the US. As you've seen it in the previous episode, we had a great time in Dawson City. However, while our excitement grows for the next leg of our adventure, it was time to have a last campfire on the Millenium Dome and then to say goodbye to our friends.
I'm telling you all I know. Are you hearing me? It's coming through what I think uncontrollably. I'm asking you to listen up, maybe understand. It's all I have to give you. It's my helping hand.
We have just topped up our diesel tank. We're gonna do some shopping, grocery shopping, just a little bit because not everything is allowed through the border. We're gonna fill up our water tank, have a shower in the campsite where we can just go in for $3 a good shower, and then Alaska, taking the ferry across to the top of the world highway. And hopefully later today we're gonna cross the border. We are at the ferry and we are the ones who don't get on it. Everybody else could get on it. We were the last in the queue and unfortunately we have to wait for the next one. The ferry from Dawson City to the other side of the Yukon River is the only way to cross the river during the summer months as there are no bridges. The ferry is operated by the territorial government and is free of charge. The ride takes about 15 minutes. It runs 24 hours per day, except for Thursday mornings when it is shut down for servicing. The steel ferry George Black has been transporting people and vehicles across the Yukon River at Dawson since 1967. The service is closed during winter months when the river is frozen and visitors must use the ice road to cross the river. We're leaving Dawson. We had such a good time there. We actually stayed in Dawson for about 9 days, and in between, like the first few days and the last sort of 5 days we went to the Dempster Highway. It's a really cool city, very, very cool city. We are landing on the other side now. That's Dawson City. And now we're entering the top of the highway.
Top of the world.
Thank you. This is the top of the world highway. We are headed towards Alaska, and I was going to actually send up the drone to have better shots of this area, but there's a combination of clouds and actually smoke from wildfires in Alaska, so there's no point doing that, but it's a beautiful place. The top of the world highway is a scenic, unpaved road that connects Dawson City and Chicken in Alaska. It is a seasonal road that is only open during the summer months, and it's known for its spectacular views of the surrounding wilderness. The road can be rough in places, but the drive is well worth it for the breathtaking scenery. The highway is also known for its historic significance, as it passes through the heart of the Klondike Gold Rush Trail and passes by several important gold rush sites. Our drive on the highway is a great way to still experience the remote and rugged beauty of the north and the history of the gold rush. It looks closed. So we will have to camp here and try tomorrow. Okay. It turns out we could not cross into the US. The border is closed. It's apparently closed around 6 o'clock. Should have closed around 9. We were here at 8. So the information in Dawson City was incorrect. Doesn't really matter. We're gonna sleep here, and it's a beautiful area. It's a bit cold, that's why we are not outside. This is the top of the world highway close to the border. And the good thing is we met a fantastic French family living in a double-decker bus traveling the world. After they drive to Ushuaia in about 2-3 years, they're gonna buy a boat and travel further. Travel everywhere. He's gonna show the bus. So that's their bus, and they're traveling the world with that, and it's a converted luxury home, really.
I am looking for some food because we didn't do the groceries in Dawson City. We thought that we could cross the US border today, and you are not allowed to have foods such as meat, eggs, fresh vegetables, and also fruits. So we just thought that we could eat all the foods we have in our storage. So now I'm looking.
But we've done some grocery
We've done some grocery shopping today, but we only bought some pasta soup, I mean the noodle soup, the Asian noodle soup, and also we have some pasta with sauce, and also I found some beans and also chili.
Let's have some chili.
Let's have some chili.
Let's have
Yeah.
some chili. We had a great sleep here at the border crossing. This is the northernmost crossing in North America, and I don't know if you can see it, it's right there. There was a couple of other vehicles who were waiting for the border crossing to open here just about 500 meters away, including this beautiful truck from who knows where, I think California, maybe not. It looks like they go in the other direction. So it's exciting because I can see there is traffic at the border and we are going to cross today. Looking forward to it. Let's go to the US. First border crossing
Yeah,
on the Pan American.
yeah, it's so exciting. My hands are shaking. I'm a bit nervous.
What if they let me in but they don't let you in? Shall I continue? I think I will continue.
Are you? And what I'm gonna do?
Fly home.
No way. I'm gonna fly to Mexico. I need some sangria, some sunshine, and to lay down on the beach.
We are now approaching the US border. I mean, exiting Canada first. This is the northernmost border crossing in North America. There is no other border crossing further up here. Just, I think, one or two more down south between Canada and Alaska. We have just been admitted to the US and ready to explore Alaska.
We made it to Alaska and we even got a caribou stamp in our passports. So I can stay for 90 days. Then once we exit Alaska and we enter Canada again, we should stay at least 30 days in BC, in Canada, and then I can enter again the US and I get 90 days again, so it's a good news.
When you enter from Canada, from the Yukon, at this northern border crossing, this is the main road that you're going to have to take. And the first section was paved, but then it turns into this dirt track. And it's really beautiful.
So, hello from Alaska. Finally we are here and this is my first time in the US. So yesterday we crossed the border around 10 o'clock in the morning and the procedure was really smooth and I was a bit nervous before crossing the border. Yeah, everything just went really well. The lady at the border was really nice and it just turned out that her ancestors were Hungarians. So it was a bit shocking. We are finally here, and yesterday we went to Chicken right after the border and it was a really nice town. It was also a gold rush town from the late 19th century, and we just looked around, we met other travelers, we talked to them.
This is a real old Alaskan gold mining dredge. We're in Chicken, Alaska, just entered.
After that we hit the road again and we went to Tok and we visited the information center there and we did our grocery shopping there.
We totally ran out of supplies, so we stopped here in this grocery store in Tok, Alaska to do our first grocery shopping, and we're just going to buy enough stuff for the next few days and we will do a bigger shopping on the grocery shopping and in Fairbanks.
After that we left Tok. We just slept next to the road. Our night was not the best because the whole area was full of with mosquitoes, so we couldn't sleep too much because somehow they find a hole or I don't know, a gap maybe around the doors so they could come in.
We just left Tok and parked up for the night. from the top of the world highway. We are now back on the Alaska highway actually, and just after talk heading towards Fairbanks. We're making dinner. We are sitting inside. There is a few mozzies around again. We bought the thermostat today. Unfortunately, we couldn't buy the small gas canister for it, because we bought the backpacker version where we can just use the small Primus and similar propane canisters, just making it easier and cheaper with that version. Yeah, otherwise we would be sitting outside. The weather is really nice. There is some beautiful mountains as a backdrop here. As I said, we're heading towards Fairbanks tomorrow. We keep meeting brilliant people with awesome rigs. We're gonna have burrito for dinner, and this is our first night in Alaska, and on this trip, first night in the US. Pretty good. Life is good. This is a normal size mosquito, and this is an Alaskan dinosaur mosquito. It's absolutely massive. Here it is, another one. It's twice the size of a normal mosquito I've seen before.
Around 5 o'clock in the morning, we just decided, okay, let's just wake up and here, a mosquito again. So we just decided, okay, wake up and hit the road again. And now it's 7 o'clock in the morning. We just stopped for a coffee break. We haven't had breakfast yet, so we're gonna eat here and drink our coffee. We are on our way to Fairbanks. So yeah, this was the first border crossing on a Pan American trip. Our trip for Alaska is to go after Fairbanks to go to Denali National Park and Anchorage, Valdez, Homer. I don't know, we will see. I got, since I have the ESTA, I got 90 days. We have time, but we just would like to focus on mainly Central American and the South American part of the trip. So we are looking to spend a few weeks here in Alaska, maybe 3 or 4 weeks in total, we will see. And I'm looking forward to it.